Hello, good beings of the internet. It is your boy, once again, your new favorite domesticated cryptid, hopefully, Neko Luna here. Here to talk about one of the other really cool beings slash deities that live in my avatar and in my room. This is Maneki Neko. I'm sure many people are familiar with Maneki Neko. They appear in various Chinese, Japanese restaurants. You'll see them in Viet restaurants like everywhere. Well, in any place of business, any place that you want a little bit of money, you want customers, you want luck. That's where you'll find them. So before I get started, my deal is that I like to talk about deities, folklore, ancient history, cryptids, anything that's really old or really strange. I'm about. So if you're into that sort of thing, then please stay tuned. Maybe to subscribe if you would so please. That if you would like. I'm not trying to put any pressure on you. I'm just saying, if you want to hear some nifty little stories and like story times about whoever I'm talking about at the moment, and just some neato facts, then yeah, please, if you would like to subscribe, thank you. Okay, so the belief is that Maneki Neko began life, I guess, or began its rise to popularity in the Edo period, right? No, in the Meiji period, when Tokyo was known as Edo. So it originated from there. They were sold again as little luck charms. They looked different from this, but from there their popularity kind of rose. They are a Japanese invention. The look I'm trying to serve today is based off of like kabuki theater-ness, sort of, like also just Japanese stage plays today. Specifically Adekan. Like, don't let that interpret how you view me, but it's a great show. You should, if you can watch it, I would suggest watching it. But yeah, it's kind of a Japanese look for a Japanese deity creature. Both. It was a real cat, supposedly back in the day. Folklore is mixed. It's all over the place. Maneki Neko's specific origin isn't very clear. Like, everyone assumes it was in Meiji time in Edo, but stories abound as to where Maneki Neko actually comes from. Like, as you can see behind me, got a few different colors. You can get them in several colors, I believe, based like from feng shui principles. Before, they would just look like a Japanese bobtail cat. Apparently those are kind of rare to see, but then just became whatever color you need for whatever situation you need, that's what you'll find. So got a black one here for like health and no, black is for protection, white is for like health and prosperity, gold is for money and prosperity as well. But you can get red for love, green I think for studying, orange, yellow, whatever color you need, it's there. It's whatever you need it to correspond to, whatever you're wanting to bring into your life. There's Maneki Neko to help you out. The paw meanings, if the right paw is raised and beckoning, that's to bring in more money. If the left paw is raised and beckoning, that is to bring in more customers, bring in more people. So if you're watching this video, looks like they worked, just saying. So you'll see some Maneki Neko here that happen to have a bib as well as a collar. Some just have a collar. Some scholars, I guess, believe that the bib bit is a throwback to Jizo Bodhisattva. Jizo is the protector of children and travelers. So there's a little connection there. Also, cats who lived in wealthy households would be dressed like that. They would have a tiny little bib and they'd go around looking quite smart. So it happens, they believe it happens to come kind of from those two things. The little coin it is featured with, it is a koban. It was a popular form of currency in the Edo period in Japan. And if that looks kind of familiar, it might be because of a certain Pokemon. Hopefully I'm getting him right. Oh, there you go. So yes, Meowth, Pokemon, he was based off of the Maneki Neko. So instead of holding the koban, it is on his forehead, as you can see, and he uses Payday and will launch several koban at you. I'm surprised nobody tries to collect those in universe and just have a bunch of money, but yeah, cute little, cute little fact. Oh, I'll have all of the links as to where I got all of this information down below. I didn't make shit up. I didn't find it. Or like I found it, but I wasn't there doing the digging, the research. Card maneuver, card maneuver. Okay. So yeah, so I wasn't in the trenches, but I found this like on the internet, and yeah, so you'll find all that down below. Okay, so I think that about covers all of it, or at least that I know of. So let's head on over to my bed, and that'll be my daughter. Let's head on over here, and let's get to story time. Welcome. Hey, look who's here to bring me luck. It is the very being I'm here to tell you some stories about today. Uh, let's see. There are so many versions of this that I have heard and that I have found. If you hear a knocking, that'll be my own Maneki Neko, my daughter. Her name is Amonette. Perhaps I'll insert a picture somewhere over here. Uh, but yeah, she would like to get in, but I'm very busy attempting to make cool content. Very busy. So, um, there are several versions of this. They're kind of like two. I guess they fall into two categories. One where the cat dies, but is honored in some way, and one where the cat lives. And I prefer those ones. I like to think that those are the real ones. I like to think that those are the real version as to where those come from because it's happier. I'm one of those people. So I'm going to tell you kind of like two versions of this story. The latter one will be my favorite, but this first one we're starting out with pretty good. Um, with this one, I've heard it also be like an old lady, but this version has a high-ranking Oiran, a courtesan from back in the day. She works in a popular uh, house, yet a popular place where men go to meet ladies. There apparently was a very famous courtesan named Usugumo. So she always had her favorite cat with her. It was a tortoiseshell cat. And cat followed her everywhere. They were always together. Best bros for life. You'll never bring them down. They're best bros for life. So there was a time when the cat became very protective of Usugumo. Uh, no one was sure why. Everyone thought she was like possessed by this cat, but he just became very protective. And one day when she was going to the toilet, he was trying to get her attention. So the owner of the brothel saw this and thought the cat was trying to attack her. So he like takes a sword or like his knife and like slices the cat's head off. But the cat's head like kind of flies out and immediately bites into a snake that was hidden right behind the toilet. So even in death, the cat saved her life. So like, of course, she is messed up. If you've ever had if you've ever lost a pet, well, if you've ever lost a family member, like a cat or a dog, that that's a rough time. So obviously, she wasn't handling it very well. I didn't handle it. No one handles this well. Who handles that with like grace? Like I lost it. Anyway, it was a bad time. So the guy who owned the brothel, to kind of like make her feel better, he had a big statue made of the cat. And apparently the wood carving was done so masterfully, like it was so lifelike, that Usogumo was overjoyed and she was able to kind of overcome her grief and was able to move on with her life. Uh, and I just like that. It's a very it's very sweet, even though the cat dies. That's stupid, but it's a cute story, and I like that one. But yeah, like from there, like people started copying that statue, and apparently that's how we got Maneki Neko. Okay, so the one that I really like involves a samurai in um, Gotoku Temple. So at Gotoku Temple, Gotoku, Gotoku Temple, Gotoku Temple in the 17th century, there was a poor monk who lived at Gotoku Temple. But then it was just like a rundown, like it wasn't great. It was not kept well. Everything was just it was just bad. It was a bad time. Again, once again, a bad time. Uh, but even though the monk was having a rough time, he couldn't really feed himself too much. He decided to kind of befriend this cat and was very nice to this cat. So he would share whatever he had with the baby Kato, and they formed a very good friendship. Oh, and his friend's name was Tama. The monk's cat's name was Tama, and that's a cute name, and I enjoy it very much. One day, Lord Nakaota Lee. I never knew his name. I just knew it was like a samurai guy. But yeah, Lord Nakaota. He was down near Gotoku, and he was about to go on a hunt when a really big storm hit. And so, for some reason, he takes shelter under a tree. Now, don't do that. Never, don't do that. That's a bad time. Like everything's been a bad. It's a bad time. Like obviously anything that is standing up and connected to the earth, when a lightning storm is popping off, may get struck. Will most likely get struck. You don't want to be near that thing. Do not do not get near that thing. This seems like common sense, but the fact that Nakota-sama, this high-ranking samurai guy, thought, oh yeah, a tree that'll work in a lightning storm. Yeah, no, don't do that. So he goes and hangs out under the tree to get out of the rain because lightning's not a thing. So he's under there, he's hanging out, and he looks across the way and he sees the rundown temple, and then he sees a cat who begins beckoning him forward, like, hey man, what's poppin'? Please, we got cool stuff over here. I'm super cute. Hey, maybe come on over. And he's like, that's pretty cute. Yeah, that's all right. I can go hang out over there. So as he's wandering over to go check out this super cute, super cool cat, lightning strikes the tree. Don't hide under trees, kids. When there's a lightning storm, you could get died. There may not be a nice, friendly helper cat to like beckon you over to wherever it is to protect you from the lightning. So Nakaota-sama was so grateful, he became a patron of the temple. So as patron, he repaired it to become more spacious, and I'm calling it Gotoku Temple, but it was then renamed Gotoku. So the name came from him after this nice restoration. So when Tama died, he was buried in a place for cats, but they always had kind of like a statue of Maneki Neko up in that temple, and so that's where Maneki Neko comes from. It was to commemorate this lovely cat Tama who helped Nakaota-sama. Supposedly, there's so many origin stories to this. I love all of them. I prefer the ones where the cat lives, to old age and then dies and is venerated. That still happens in Japan. There is a train cat who is named Tama, and she was a conductor of the train. I'll find a link and like put it in so you can read about her. But yeah, with her help, or they were all able to kind of restore this train station. Not like it was in disrepair, but like it definitely wasn't popular. But thanks to this cat that they found, that they named Tama, they really helped, she really helped bring a lot of business and revenue and people to this train station. And when she died, she was venerated as a little god of the train station. And now that particular train station is run by Nitama, or Tamatu. And yeah, they'll probably keep that going for a while, which I'm very glad about. I'm very happy with that. So yeah, cats have kind of become almost a universal symbol of good luck. For some reason here in the West it's bad luck, but Maneki Neko are definitely seen as good luck here as well. So if you happen to like maybe this tragic makeup look, I'm feeling it, but it probably is kind of tragic. I'm not very practiced with makeup, obviously, but I'm feeling it. I'm loving it. This like that, it's a look like my last look. That was a look too. Like I don't know why people stopped wearing the Egyptian eyes. They look so good, but like this. But anyways, if you like that, somehow, if you liked any of the little informations, my duders, my little Maneki Neko brigade, if you like my super cool Idic pendant, anything, uh, feel free to leave a like if you liked anything. If you would be so inclined, please do to subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. Uh, the next video will conclude our little uh, jaunt through my avatar and my little logos and stuff with the cat She. Uh, Apparently the king of cats, or a witch who can transform into a cat, only 9 times. We'll get into it. So if you're into that, please stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and remember to take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Later.